Welcome to Rockin Presentation Skills, a high-energy approach designed to help experienced presenters elevate their impact. At the heart of this framework is the Rockin Presenter's effect, the powerful shift that occurs when your intention, clarity, and presence shape how your audience learns, believes, feels, and ultimately acts. Those four pillars, learn, believe, feel, and do, are the engine behind every unforgettable presentation. Learn helps you deliver information the brain can absorb. Believe strengthens your conviction so your message lands with credibility, leading to your audience's belief in your message. Feel creates emotional resonance that makes your content stick. And do guide your audience for the action or outcome you want to inspire. We bring all of this together through Rockin storytelling techniques that turn your message into an experience, one that captures attention, sparks emotion, and moves people. Let's dive in and start elevating your presentation skills.
Rockin Presentation Skills is for seasoned presenters who want to elevate their impact from polished to unforgettable by tapping into the same forces that make rock performers legendary: presence, energy, emotional connection, and the power to turn every moment into an experience that changes the room. Rock stars deliver purposeful moments, not just material. Experienced presenters can do the same with intention and craft as they seek to inspire their audience. A rock show transforms the room, just like a presenter who understands the presenter's effect. And when you bring that kind of rock-level presence to your message, the room doesn't just listen, it shifts. So let's look at how. By the end of this 10-minute module, you'll understand how the presenter's effect, at the heart of Rockin Presentation Skills, elevates your delivery by helping your audience learn your message, believe its value, feel its impact, and ultimately do something with it. So you move beyond sharing information to making a compelling case performed with clarity, conviction, and connection. Grace Slick has once said, "If you don't own the stage, you shouldn't be in rock and roll." The same holds true for presenters. You must own the stage. This is the reason seasoned presenters don't need to review the basics. They need to learn how to elevate their presenter's effect. What is the presenter's effect? As coined in Rockin Presentation Skills, the presenter's effect is the bridge between what you do and what your audience experiences. The audience's inner journey and the presenter's outer efforts work as one. Learn, believe, feel, do are brought to life through the presenter's effect's 4S strategy: spark, shape, stir, and surge. Together, the audience's inner journey, learn, believe, feel, do, and the presenter's outer efforts, spark, shape, stir, surge, form two complementary frameworks that work as one powerful system, leading to the presenter's effect. Why does Rockin Presentation Skills focus on learn as the first pillar? Because adults forget most new information quickly, not because they're inattentive, but because the brain is built for efficiency. Without reinforcement or relevance, new content stays in short-term memory and fades fast. Research shows we forget about 70% within 24 hours and up to 90% within a week. Ebbinghaus' forgetting curve illustrates this steep drop. To break through, presenters must design learning that sticks, connecting ideas to what people already know, making content meaningful, and engaging the audience so their brains flag your message as worth keeping. Just like a song you only remember after replaying it, presentations need repetition, relevance, and emotional hooks to move information into long-term memory. What good is your message if your audience forgets just about everything you worked so hard to share? Learn is the first pillar of Rockin Presentation Skills, because great presenters never stop being great learners and understand what it takes to help others learn critical content. It's about understanding how adults take in information, how the brain processes meaning, and how your audience makes sense of what you're saying. When you master learn, you design your message so people can actually absorb it, not just hear it. Learn helps you build presentations that make sense, land cleanly, and prepare your audience to be moved. In summary, learn equips you to do the following. Meet your audience where they are, their knowledge, beliefs, motivations, and barriers. Structure your message for clarity so people can follow your logic without working for it. Use adult learning principles to make your content relevant, practical, and memorable. Create cognitive ease so your audience can focus on your message instead of fighting through confusion. Set the foundation for believe, feel, and do, because learning is the gateway to influence. Rockin Presentation Skills takes a deep dive into believe, which is the inner engine of powerful presenting. Before an audience can believe your message, you must believe it first. Conviction fuels your purpose, steadies your presence, and makes your confidence contagious. Audiences interpret everything you say through mental filters shaped by expectations, biases, and past experiences. And your belief helps cut through that noise. The 6 building blocks of belief: biochemistry, knowledge, inference, experience, environment, and visualization shape how meaning is formed. When you activate the presenter's effect, that inner shift where clarity, intention, and emotional resonance align, you guide people toward breakthrough moments. Belief turns information into meaning and transforms a presentation into something that truly moves people. Feel is where emotional connection comes alive. The presenter's ability to shape what the audience experiences, not just what they hear. To tap into emotion, Rockin presenters use the 3 keys to social learning. Mirror neurons, your energy becomes their energy. Emotional attunement, sensing the room and adjusting in real time. Apprenticeship, modeling behaviors the audience begins to mirror. Together, these keys activate the emotional circuitry that makes your message resonate, stick, and move people. Most people hear mic drop and picture a dramatic finale. The presenter delivers a zinger, stuns the audience, drops the mic, and walks off. But that kind of ending is more performance than purpose, and it often leaves the audience entertained but unsure of what to actually do next. The Rockin mic drop is different. It isn't about theatrics or a clever last line. It's a deliberate, purposeful close where the audience clearly understands their next step and what is being asked of them. Do is the action engine of your presentation, the moment where you guide people toward what happens next. It transforms insight into movement by giving your audience a clear, simple, and meaningful next step. The mic drop strengthens do through intentional closing techniques that help you create momentum, reinforce identity, secure commitment, and deliver clarity. When you close with purpose, you don't just end strong, you turn a great presentation into real-world action. According to Stanford professor Chip Heath, 63% of people remember stories while only 5% remember individual statistics after a presentation. That's why we move from simply managing the moment to intentionally crafting the narrative. So your message doesn't just land, it lasts. In learning and development, that's called sustainability. Storytelling is an inherently human behavior. It's how we make sense of the world. We don't remember data. We remember meaning. We don't store facts. We store feelings wrapped in narrative. This is why stories outlast slides, charts, and bullet points. Storytelling transforms information into an experience, turning ideas into something the audience can see, feel, and remember. Using the story arc, exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, presenters create an emotional journey that captures attention and drives meaning. It's the technique that brings learn, believe, feel, and do together on one stage, helping audiences understand the message, trust the messenger, feel the moment, and take action.
You've just taken a high-level tour of the Rockin Presentation Skills framework, from the presenter's effect to the 4 pillars: learn, believe, feel, and do, and the storytelling techniques that turn information into a full-blown experience. This micro-learning module is meant to be your sound check, a quick, powerful introduction to the tools that help seasoned presenters elevate their impact. For the full concert, the deep dive into every element of the framework, the advanced techniques, and the practice that transforms good presenters into unforgettable performers, check out the Rockin Presentation Skills book and the companion workshops. They're built for experienced presenters who are ready to amplify their presence, sharpen their message, and truly rock every room they enter. We hope you elevate your presenter's effect, which is the bridge between what you do and what your audience experiences. Thank you and rock on.